The last variation in the cavity design to discuss using the 7404 burr is the pothole preparation. There are occasions, especially when a cavity is quite wide open, that we need additional retention and resistance form for our casting. As in a premolar, when the isthmus is too wide so there is no wall to prevent the casting from displacing distally. The most typical indication for pothole assisted retention is where a deep occlusal cavity is present in a large preparation with a composite buildup. We apply a little die-cal over the dentin, such as this, and do a buildup with the composite, which we do routinely. A little additional retention and resistance form is achieved by nothing more than putting potholes into the composite, which ultimately would be in the zinc phosphate cement. The composite would always be removed at the time of cementation. We have the advantage of the additional retention and resistance form without destroying any tooth structure. A very nice concept. The 7404 burr of the Midwest type is used to create the pothole because it is more tapered than the Brasseler type and makes a hole with a nice draw without leaning it at all. It is generally at least 2 millimeters in depth, but can be much deeper in cases where the occlusal cavity is deep, and we choose to cut to the dentin through the composite buildup. Now we will take a little impression of this to demonstrate a procedure by which we aspirate the air from the bottom of these potholes, and the impression material will go into the middle of the pinhole. We first break off the end of the fairly long needle to remove the beveled end without closing the lumen. Side cutters would not be satisfactory. We place the curved needles into the potholes and begin injecting into them first. As the air comes up the needles, the impression material goes in the bottom of the pinholes without a void in the material. As you can see, we are able to register a very good impression of the potholes